about ready. About ready to rock and roll.
That's mine, number 6.
You're live in a Technicolor.
The November 24th, 2025 Ohio County Board of Education meeting is hereby called to order at 6 p.m. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of our country. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome, everybody, our blue ribbon folks. Normally, when the room is this filled, we're going to get it by somebody, but it's nice that, we're here on a good occasion. Dr. Miller, what do you have for us?
Yes, I just want to share a few items with the board tonight. Last Friday, I had the opportunity to join some of my colleagues to meet with Delegate Dr. Joe Ellington, Chair of the Education Committee, Vice Chair of the Education Committee, Delegate Joe Statler, and Public Education Chair Chris Toney, Public Education Chair. And the Speaker of the House, Roger Henshaw, also joined our discussion. And after 10 years in this position, I was impressed to be invited to have these lawmakers listen to our thoughts, concerns, and ideas moving forward. I have been asked to come back and speak with Senator Grady and members of the Joint Education Committee. The group of superintendents that I met with, we've gone through, so those educators, which I'm glad you're all here, we are now taking a look at West Virginia Code. So this book dictates what goes on in our public education. It's quite heavy, and initially it was asked that we go through this thing and find all of our concerns. And then when you put that out to 55 superintendents, my concerns are not the same as Wirt County or Brooke County. We were all a little bit different. So we pulled it together and narrowed our first conversation to flexibility, school personnel, and the state aid formula. Flexibility, we talked a lot about the flexibility of a superintendent being able to move employees based upon student needs, not necessarily timelines. I took on school personnel. There are 175 pages in 18A that dictates what goes on in our public school system. We talked a lot about what RIF and transfer looks like, declining enrollment across the state, and requirements, course requirements. So at Wheeling Park High School, the state of West Virginia, we require 24 credits. And by no means am I angling to dumb down what we do in West Virginia. But what I'd like to see happen is the ability to open up opportunities. We are creating a system that requires X amount of credits in English language arts, X amount of credits in math, computer science, civics, personal finance, which are all requirements. And some of our students, we want them to have opportunities. So if I'm a welder, I want to take as many welding courses and work with entrepreneurs in welding. If I'm in the arts, I want to be able to focus on that direction. Our students that are in choice opportunities are almost having more opportunities to educational experiences than our public school kids. In the state of Montana, they only require 13 required core classes. And again, I'm not saying we eliminate them. I say we give our kids a little more flexibility. So we're just taking a look at those pieces as well. I look forward to continuing the conversation. I like the opportunity to sit at the table and have these conversations with these people as we move forward. Another thing I wanted to share with the board, as the Hope Scholarship opens up, and I bring this up because this Hope Scholarship was supposed to create no extra work for our employees. Anne, our executive secretary for Rick and I, she does all of the clerical pieces. So in 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, we received 56 requests for a WEVIS number. That means you have to enroll the kids, get a number, and then unenroll the kids so they get this WEVIS number. Out of those 56 applications that our school system is processing, only 3 were Ohio County Schools families, 1 being a pre-K student. So that's $280,000 in 2 days that is reallocated into school of choice. So it's real. It's a real thing, and I bring this up because this was a position, this is supposed to be work that we were not to take on, and we are taking it on. And it's difficult. I don't know what happened this weekend, but all of these came in, and this is just the beginning of the paperwork. And then processing the paperwork. And then making sure that whether you're HOPE or home or exemption K, exemption B, if all that work is done correctly. So we will be monitoring this as closely as we possibly can. All we're asking for is an equal playing field. If they have opportunities of different education directions, I think our kids should be offered the same thing. If we have to turn in attendance and grades and publicize state testing, they should have to publicize state testing since we're all now getting taxpayer dollars. So that was my experience on Friday night. Also, I want to congratulate Ike Adderholt for being selected as the state soccer player of the year. It's been a great year for our students, so we certainly will invite him to come and talk to us at the next board meeting. And I think that's all I have right now before I get really hot.
Okay, any questions for Dr. Miller?
I just have a quick question, sir. Sure. Going back to what you spoke about, the 56 requests, and you said 3 of them are High County Schools family. So to define that more, that means 53 of them were from families that are probably already going to parochial or private school. These are not people from Ohio County schools. These are families that are going to send their kids to Central, or they're going to send them to St. Mike's or whatever, or Lindsley or whatever. So they're getting $5,000 each to attend these schools that they were going to attend in the first place. That's the uneven playing field that Dr. Miller is defining. And if you look, and I've spoken on this on numerous occasions, I'm just going to reiterate one more time. We need guardrails on this thing. We need to have, school choice is here to stay. I don't think we can do anything about that. It's going to be a thing that we have to deal with. But there should be limits. There should be a cap. My personal opinion, there should be a cap on income. If you make X amount of dollars, you don't qualify for the Hope Scholarship. If you have a history of already, your kids already going to parochial school, maybe they should not receive the Hope Scholarship. Hope Scholarship money should not leave the state. It is leaving the state by millions going to outside schools, into outside enterprises. So this has been my pet peeve, so I thank Dr. Miller for exploring that concept of Hope Scholarship with our delegates. And if we need to get our teachers out there and people in the community seeing what we're dealing with, because it's going to become even more taxing on us. So thank you, Dr. Miller, for doing that.
Okay, item 3 on the agenda are the moments for mission. Molly, what do you have for us?
Sure, yeah. First, it's great to see all of you here for the Steenrod Blue Ribbon School. We're really excited and really proud of you, and we'll be getting to that. But as you guys, many of you know, my kids went to Steenrod, so a lot of familiar faces here, so congratulations. It's a wonderful school, and I'm not at all surprised that you were able to achieve this, so congratulations to all of you, and congratulations to my son, Isaac. That's all.
Ann?
I just want to say congratulations and thank you. It's always great that Ohio County Schools, I believe we go above and beyond in all fields, not just in the classroom, but I know a lot of you teachers do stuff for people out of the classroom also. And we do appreciate that and thank you. And being this week of thank you, I'd like to say thank you too to I saw the Warwood Vets gave $500 donation to our Teacher of the Year, Miss Tiffany. Jerry Ames presented from the Warwood Vets, Commander-in-Chief, $500 for their classroom. And the Ohio County Schools, our motto is together we achieve. And I believe that's the whole county. I'm proud to be a member of the Ohio County Schools and this community. And thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Ann. Andy?
Thank you, sir. Let me say this to you all. Ms. Dietrich, where are you? How many pages was that application?
It was so long. 25, maybe.
And a lot of it is narrative, correct?
Yes.
That is not something that is easily done, so I want to thank you and your team for applying for that. That took a lot of effort on your part. I mentioned at the last board meeting that when I was at Warwood, now I didn't do any of the work, but I got to go to Washington DC, because I came the next year after they got it, and going to Washington DC was so cool. And I'm sorry you all did not have an opportunity to go to Washington DC, because that was really a neat experience. So congratulations to all of you. And it's a wonderful sign for our school district that we have this many blue ribbon schools. And you people in this audience are the key contributors to that. So thank you very much for everything that you've done. Got to go to the Christmas parade. I was like a little kid at Christmas myself. My family was laughing at me because I'm waving to all the kids and, waving all this. But I think it was really, really nice to see our bands. And the Warwood Band was with Tridelphia, and my granddaughter was in there, and the Hyde Park, Wheeling Parks Band was in that, and Bridge Street's Band was in that, and they looked really good. I was so proud of them when they went down the street in front of me. I really enjoyed that. A couple weeks ago, I went to a soccer match, and I was standing in front of the refreshment stand, and this young man came running up to me, and he had a Wheeling Park jersey number 10, I think that was his number. And I said, oh, I know who that guy is. And I said, come on over here, fella. I said, let me buy you something at the refreshment stand. He looked me straight in the eyes. He said, no, my mother wouldn't let you do that. That kid happened to be Ike Adderholt. and I thought right then and there, I said, what a fine young man that guy is. I said, here I am going to give him a free whatever, popcorn or whatever he wanted. He's not taking anything from a stranger. Stranger danger, right? But he was really cool. I mean, really enjoyed it. And he had a great game that day. He had a goal. I received compliments from outside of the school system on, I don't know, Steenrod, have you guys had your Christmas program, pageant yet? Christmas program?
No, it's the Monday after Thanksgiving.
It's Monday, next Monday? I guess Woodsdale had theirs, and I heard from a couple people who went to that, and I saw the stuff on Facebook, and they were so impressed. Their grandparents, of course. The grandparents were so impressed with the program and said, Andy, what was the best thing about it was they were songs I knew. So they were good old Christmas songs about it. Also, last but not least, I'd like to thank Mrs. Drzezinski. I think that's the way you pronounce it. She is the Park Press. Is that correct, Molly?
Yep, that's correct pronunciation.
She's the Park Press advisor.
Yep.
I sent a message to her that I wanted to get a copy of the Park Press. And she was very nice, and now she's going to send me the link every time it comes out, and I want to thank her for doing that. And if you guys want to read some really good stuff, I was really impressed with what our kids write. They did one of them was on what you wear at Thanksgiving time, and another was concerning the government shutdown. I mean, these kids have some really neat perspective for high school kids on the government shutdown and the effects that it had, and I was very impressed with the articles that the kids wrote. So if you get a chance, go. I should have brought the website to share with you guys, but it is really cool.
I think they have a mailing list that people can get on if they
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
So if you reach out to her.
She just sent me the link, so that's what I'm going to do. She's going to send that to me also. That's it, sir.
Thank you. Bernie?
Yep, congratulations to Steenrod. Some of you and my daughters both went to Steenrod, and they live in Toledo now, but when I heard it was a Blue Ribbon school, I kind of sent a note off to both of them saying, why don't you move back here? We have Blue Ribbon schools much better than what you have up in Lucas County, Ohio, but unsuccessful, but it was worth a shot. But thank you all. I mean, I think it's great that, I know when my kids were at Steenrod, it was great, and so thank you. I got to judge the literacy fair there. That was very cool. Great things you're doing there, so I appreciate that. And congratulations to your son. Pretty
Thank you.
awesome. Takes after his mom, apparently.
Yep.
So,
I did read an article. You get all your athletic ability from your mom, so I think that's probably true.
Was it on Facebook? Don't believe everything on Facebook, all right?
Say that when John's not here to defend
I know,
himself.
right? Yeah. So, that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and congratulations to Ike. He played a lot of this season with an injury, so it would have been really interesting to see what he would have been able to accomplish had he been at full health. As Dr. Miller mentioned before, we have our challenges with the Hope Scholarship, and what we have to do, and what the position I've always taken is we have to be better. And you guys epitomize being better. Being a blue ribbon school, Central's not doing that, and Lindsley's not doing that. Ohio certainly isn't doing that. And that's how we're going to succeed in Ohio County. It's just, we're going to be better than the rest. And you set a great example of doing that. It's theparkpress.org. I have it up on my machine
you,
right
sir.
now. And the online version, I have it on my iPads. They embed the technology beautifully. And there's a really interesting article about restoring the old OVHS&E or OVH. So if you recall those letters that were on the old hospital. And so I don't know where they're ultimately going to land, but that's a great part of our community history. So with no further ado, we are at number 4 on our agenda, which is the Parade of Champions. And when we finish that, there's no obligation to stay.
Unless you want to say.
It's boring, go home.
President Croft, members of the board, it is an honor to stand here before you today and recognize Steenrod Elementary School for earning the Blue Ribbon Award, one of the highest honors a school can achieve. It is a reflection of extraordinary dedication, leadership, and excellence. Principal Dietrich, under your guidance, Steenrod Elementary has become a model of academic achievement, collaboration, and a student-first culture. Your vision and leadership have set the standard for what a school can accomplish when staff and students and families are united with one purpose. To the teachers and staff, this recognition belongs to you. Your tireless commitment to providing a high-quality instruction, fostering growth, and supporting every child is evident in every aspect of the school. The Blue Ribbon Award is a testament to your professionalism, innovation, and dedication to excellence. This honor is not just a recognition of test scores or metrics, but you're really good at that too. It's a reflection of culture of collaboration, commitment, and care that defines Steenrod Elementary School. You have shown what is possible when a school community works together toward a shared goal of excellence. On behalf of the community, the district, the board, congratulations to Principal Dietrich and the entire Steenrod Elementary School. Your achievement is a source of pride for all of us in Ohio County Schools. Thank you for your leadership and your vision and your unwavering commitment to our students. And we're super happy that you're all here with us today. Just a little bit of information about the Blue Ribbon. It is a federal recognition program, and it was run by the United States Department of Education. It takes a very, very long time to collect the information, create the narrative, put the pieces together, because it does include the community, the teachers, test scores. It's so much information, and you have to tighten it all up under X amount of words. So what you've accomplished is huge. And then to be notified, and then the day before it was supposed to be released, to find out that it was no longer going to be a program. So when I spoke with Superintendent Blatt, we had a long discussion about this, about the work that's being done, what goes on behind closed doors, and how things happen for your families and your students. And it was very important to Superintendent Blatt to make sure that you were celebrated and acknowledged for all of your hard work. So even though it's not on a federal level anymore, what you did is a huge accomplishment. It's huge. It speaks volumes. We meet with realtors. One of the first things we do is tell them, hey, we have 12 Blue Ribbon schools in Hyde County schools, and we just now received one. So we're very, very proud, and it's not easy. So thank you for all you do. The program started in 1982, so it's kind of sad that you're winding out the program. But again, thank you. Mrs. Dietrich? Thank you.
Wow. Okay, I was less nervous in Charleston. President Croft, Dr. Miller, and all the members of the board, and my friends and colleagues and central office staff. It's an honor. I'm very grateful to be here with all of you, because you are the reason that we earned this. As you said, we truly did earn this. dedication, consistent hard work. I get to work early and leave late, but I'm never the first one there, and I'm never the last one to leave. Well, sometimes I am. But we have got so many people, and just looking out here and seeing, our professional staff and service personnel, it's a true team effort, and I think that we all put in 110%. We have always believed Steenrod has something special to offer, and it's really nice to be validated nationally / West Virginia statewide. Anyone who knows me knows that I have a little bit of imposter syndrome, and so when they called, I still remember I was covering the desk for Miss Nikki at lunch, like I do. I apologize, I'm gonna ramble. I do that when I get nervous, but anyhow. Covering the desk, and I got a phone call from the Blue Ribbon program, and they asked if we would be interested in filling out an application. And I'm like, oh, I don't know if we're worthy. I'm like, I know we're great, but are we national? And the woman assured me she wouldn't have been calling me unless we'd already been vetted. And so I said, of course, we'll fill out the application. And then we get the application, and wow, so the demographics, the metrics, as you call, like, what percentage of students are this, what percentage on test scores, that was the easy part to, tease out. 9 essay questions is what it came down to, and they covered the gamut. So I'm sure the teachers were tired of me sending an email and saying, proof this again, check it to see, what sort of tweaks do you have? It really was all of us working together. I had a few people who were on the core team of writing the responses and gathering, all the information from teachers. And then we pulled it together, and again, we would share out the rough draft, and they would comment back, add this, take this out, and it became a completed project. The questions, starting out just focused on what is our school community, tell us some things that are innovative, what are some techniques that you employ to make your school unique. We then had to go on to give an overview of curriculum, instruction, assessment, just what we do in the general core content classes, and then also related arts. It covered every aspect of instruction in our schools. Once we hit the core curriculum, then we were asked to talk about our specialized instruction, so special education, enrichment, intervention, English as a second language. So we covered all that. And then you move on. You know that we're nominated because of our academic achievement, but of course they ask the questions about social and emotional care for our children. What do we do? And I feel like this is an area where the academics, we are good, we're solid, but the social and emotional, this is where you all, I'm not gonna get emotional, I am. This is where you all, your hearts, like you wear your hearts, you teach with your hearts, you help kids with your hearts, you care so much about them, and that comes through. If you don't direct your instruction from a student-centered mindset, can you really be high achieving? And that's, I think, what our teachers come in every day and do. We love these kids, we want them to do well, and we love them. They know we love them. Then we went to family engagement. So this is another 900 words on family engagement, So, and this is another area where Steenrod shines. We have a very well orchestrated PTA, a very strong PTA. And they help us to do amazing things for our kids, the activities, the events, they coordinate them all. We have families there. We don't have to struggle to get people to come in and help. And
New
that's
playground.
Truly, we built a playground, like about $170,000, over 4 years. Just that community spirit of working towards what's best for our children. But it goes beyond the formal PTA events. It's also, we have parents who sign agendas, for the most part. We have parents who check kids' folders. They make sure that they're getting their homework done, and they communicate with us. And that's what makes us strong too, is we have parents who are invested in their children's education. That's the norm. We've seen a little bit of change over the years, but we still feel like most people want to be involved in their kids' education and at our school. So again, I said 9 lengthy essays. just to tell the story of our school, which we were happy to do. The final question just asked, this was the hardest one. What is the one thing? That was the question. What is the one thing that has been most instrumental to our success? That's hard to pick just the one thing, but I just want to read to you what we actually wrote, part of what we wrote, because it was at least 800, no, this was a 400-word answer, I think. But we did say, our most instrumental practice, the one that defines our culture and drives our success, is our unwavering commitment to fostering meaningful connections among staff, students, and families. We intentionally cultivate a supportive and collaborative environment. We create a school where everyone, educators, students, and parents, feels valued, engaged, and empowered. We truly have a team at Steenrod, and it's a beautiful thing. So despite the National Blue Ribbon being discontinued, we are proud and claim the title of a West Virginia Blue Ribbon School. And as we celebrate our success, we know that we don't exist in isolation. We are as strong as we are because Ohio County Schools is as strong as it is. Led by Dr. Miller and the central office staff, just their tireless effort, their support, they're pushing us to continue to be better, to not just rest where you are. It drives us. It makes us better. And so we truly appreciate that support from central office, that push from central office. And we appreciate you being here tonight, inviting us to be here and speak on behalf of our wonderful little school that we love. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. You're gonna do a photo out there?
I took a photo in here,
Okay.
but do you need a photo? No,
Wait a minute, we can make one up.
I don't have one of those.
We could even laminate it.
Yeah, cookies.
Read it.
But we are ordering a bigger,
Robust plaque.
Don't you get a banner? Hey, Kim, we used to get a banner. Yeah.
It's no longer a federal program.
Big flag.
Cut all that stuff out.
All right, well, thank you for coming tonight.
I have a blue cookie.
You could. Oh, that's adorable. Fair enough. Yeah.
thank you for your time, truly.
Yeah. Thank
We-
you.
We appreciate all that you do,
Yeah,
guys.
you guys are great.
I have one.
Well,
if you
Kim
want
could
this
give
one.
you.
Here, I can text you.
You grab a
Yeah.
cookie before you go.
All right, we'll sync that up at the end of the meeting.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for
All right,
coming, everyone.
everyone.
Thank
You guys.
Everyone.
Congrats. Hi, Miss Becca. Thank you. Bye,
See
Miss
you,
Brew.
Corey.
Have a good day, Miss Brew. Lucy says hi. Great job. Thank you.
They ought to be getting them
Yeah.
cuttings
Yep.
in.
Yep.
They ought to be getting them
Thank you.
cuttings in January.
At the Three Judges on the Gong Show.
We get them a banner.
I'm gonna order them a real plaque. Here's what
Plaque?
I wanted to, I wanna get
But all Blue Ribbon schools have banners.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm on it.
You know, I got my start on the Steenrod PTA. Then the Steenrod LSIC. And now here I sit.
Thank you, Mrs. Adderall. We couldn't have done it without you.
I got involved.
You ready? Okay. Dr. Miller, personnel, item 5 on our agenda.
Yes, we'd like to start by congratulating Wendy Seidowitz, who is retiring from a position as a 200-day countywide band director, instrumental choral general teacher assigned to Wheeling Middle School, effective June 30th. She has been employed with the Ohio County Schools for 20 years.
Wow.
Yes. Also, we would like to welcome Heather Ernest, who is being recommended as a position as a 200-day countywide art teacher assigned to Middle Creek, effective January 5th. who attended the last board meeting. Krista Davis is retiring from a position as a 200-day countywide supervisory aide paraprofessional assigned to Wheeling Park, effective June 30th. Ms. Davis has been employed with the Ohio County Schools for 21 and a half years. Stephanie Hickman is being recommended for a position as a 200-day countywide supervisory aide paraprofessional itinerant with an initial placement at Bethlehem Elementary School, effective November 25th. And all other personnel as presented. Yeah, I didn't make sure I didn't leave anything out.
Okay. Are there any questions for Dr. Miller on the personnel matters? Hearing none, may I have a motion to accept the personnel matters as presented by Dr. Miller?
So
Got a first, and may I have a second? Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye, opposed. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you, everyone. Reports and follow-up, school safety, Mr. Jones is not here. Oh, the assistant superintendent duties and responsibilities, 5.2. So there is an agreement that has been circulated amongst the board. Mrs. Adderholt had a couple revisions, which were just some tweaks. But other than that, I think it is good to go. So everyone having had a chance to review that, may I have a motion to accept the Assistant Superintendent Duties and Responsibilities Agreement as modified by Mrs. Adderholt?
So moved?
Got a first, may I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Okay, safety, albeit Mr. Jones is not here. Dr. Miller is going to step in and talk to us about safety.
Yes, I'm going to step in because I met today with Dr. Shepard. We wanted to bring to the attention recently in Kanawha County, a Nitro High School student committed suicide due to sextortion. It's very, very sad, the things that are happening to our children. And the Ohio County School Safety Committee and the Wheeling PD are currently working on adding information to an AI policy, as well as providing education and creating an informational campaign. It's a real thing for our kids. It's very sad to see that something like this happen, and this so close to hitting home. So applaud the safety committee for moving in that direction, and hopefully we could turn that out soon.
Yeah, we're gonna start the informational campaign right after Thanksgiving break.
Fantastic. Also, the CRG critical mapping has been completed for each of our schools. A table talk exercise will be upcoming so that everyone will know how to use the mapping system.
Great.
And does anyone have any questions?
I have no other questions for safety. Anyone else? Not hearing any. We will move on to policy 1000, which I made a few revisions, sent them to Dr. Miller. I'd asked Dr. Miller to circulate an unmarked up version because it's difficult to read with all the markups.
Okay.
And then we'll table that until the next meeting. School-based health center and dental clinic policy. That policy had been circulated earlier since the last meeting. So would you like to discuss that policy, Dr. Miller?
Mrs. Stout is here with us this evening as well.
Oh.
What we found is, I believe, and you could jump in, is that our policy, our paperwork was much more than what was needed, because these children do not need to provide insurance. The clinic takes place strictly through WVU Medicine. So we were asking parents to duplicate several pieces of information, which is very difficult for some people. The pieces that did stay firmly in place is no child will have a visit at the clinic unless parent approval is definite. So I can assure the board that is in place. The only difference is that paperwork. Mrs. Stout, do you have any more to add?
No, the body of the policy remains the same. The first page of the consent forms, we would like to keep from Ohio County Schools policy, but then the parent information forms are legally required by WVU. So we would keep that first page, and then we would transfer the rest of the information so they can input it for their appointments.
Okay.
That's it.
Any questions from anyone relating to the school-based healthcare center and dental clinic?
I have one. So I understand that, you know, we're going to use my chart through WVU, but what if another provider would want to provide services there? Like say UPMC, who's entering the market, who just bought all the Med Expresses in the area, and is also buying Trinity up in Steubenville, which will have a hospital in St. Clairsville as well. What if they want to?
This particular
Provider
site would
here.
be strictly WVU Medicine based upon this contract, but if we were to expand the program into another area, I mean, that certainly could be something we would entertain.
Do we
I
have
think
an
that would come into play with our annual MOU
Mhm.
between.
Do we have an exclusive contract with them on this? Is it exclusive?
Everything is through them, money-wise.
Okay.
Does the MOU
equipment-wise,
say it's exclusive?
But all,
My
of-
understanding was it was exclusive, but I don't know if the MOU says that.
WVU has hired the nurse practitioner and is paying for her to do the services in the health clinic. And it is an MOU between Wheeling Hospital and Ohio County Schools.
But if, I'm sorry, Bernie, were you gonna keep talking about?
Yeah, I was just, what if Trinity wanted to put a nurse practitioner there half a day a week? Would we say no?
On a different day.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I'd have to look at the details of how the MOU
Yeah.
is written, but right now, I can tell you that the MOU specifies 2 half-days at
Right.
Madison. I mean, it gives
Yeah, for
those
WVU,
details, but
right.
what would another day
Yeah.
bring?
I suspect if we could extend coverage through other providers, that conversation could exist with WVU at that time, depending on what our need is.
My only question on that concept would be record keeping, that the record keeping, say a kid is there on a Tuesday when WU Medicine is there, and on Thursday Trinity's there, so it's the same kid coming back on Thursday, that could present an issue.
Would they have to use my charts?
we just want to kick it off and get it
Yeah, 'cause-
started.
Because my chart works the same with Allegheny as it does with WVU. I mean, when I switch, everything's synced immediately. So,
But a Trinity would not dictate into my chart. They have access to it maybe, but they would not be able to do their
Yeah,
thing.
they don't all connect, like I know
So-
UPMC doesn't connect to my chart.
Allegheny does. Quite nice, actually. But I think the goal tonight is to pass this so that we can begin
Agree.
with the clinic, and then it's our policy. We can change it if we need to, and the MOU says what it says. That's already signed, so we can revisit that. So with respect to the school-based health center dental clinic policy in front of everybody, may I have a motion to accept it as presented?
So moved?
I got a first, Ann, you may be the second.
I'll second.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of adopting this policy, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. All right, item 7, the consent agenda. Paid bills, anything else anybody wants to take off?
I just would like to make a comment about budget supplements.
Go ahead, Andy.
Let me pull that up if you don't mind. Hold on a minute.
7.3 and 7.4 will we pull off for discussion. We will talk about 7.3. Mr. Garber has some thoughts on the budgets and
Here we go.
supplements.
I think it's awesome. We had an $8,000 donation to our Anchor program. Is that an anonymous donor? Do we know? Do we know who that donor was?
We know who the donor is.
And do they want it public?
I don't believe he does.
Well, whoever they are, put a star on your forehead, an angel on your bedside manner. That's really nice to donate that to the Anchor program. That is a really good program for our kids at Madison School. So thank you very much for doing that. I noticed that the Gateway to the West grant, $10,000. That's awesome. Dr. Miller, what's the latest on the Gateway? Is there?
It's happening.
It's happening.
It's full.
It's full.
There are no spots.
There
There are no spots open? And what does this $10,000 do? It basically kind of put us over the top for expenditures?
Well, we have 3 big ticket sponsors that sponsor each of the 3 main arenas. And then you have another level that do the skills, and then another one for the field arenas.
Very good.
So that the money that's generated from this signature event is used to send our kiddos to the world competition.
Excellent, excellent.
What's the source of the grant?
The
Well,
West Virginia Department of Education.
Oh, okay, cool.
or that.
Or
Yeah.
something like that.
No, it is. It's,
Okay.
it's the Department of Ed, it's WVU, WVU.
WVU just sent a check in. We just got it today.
WVU
Medicine.
/ Jason Gross's department. And then the third one is
It's-
somebody that we
McKi-
don't know yet.
JoJo would know that better. I haven't received another.
Oh, it's Expand
I
Energy.
knew in the past that there was an energy, so, but they come through the Department of Education, that's why you said that, Stephen?
This particular one.
Yeah.
The one the one that's on the agenda.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's.
So
the
that's
one.
not, this is not from Expand Energy and from
Not the
WVU?
one that's on the agenda.
Okay, cool, okay.
It's from WVE itself.
Okay.
All right.
Which
thank-
is nice because it is the only signature event in the state.
Yeah, so we have all sorts of
That's-
sources, that's great.
That's it, sir.
Again, that's why we're better than the rest. All right, the paid bills. Bernie, you want to kick us off on paid bills?
Yep, check number 1364 for $2758.80. Technology Team Viewer Software, GmbH.
That allows staff, if they have a laptop, to be able to log into their desktop.
Okay. And then check number 225693, E3 Gordon Stowe, Flood Special Ed Supplies.
So, the reason that it's marked as flood is because that is, equipment that we were replacing from the flood.
Okay.
Looks like it's, it's testing material.
What's the company?
E3
It is
Gordon
E3
Stowe.
Gordon Stowe.
$3,000.
Tone air conduction, it's, I'm looking at the PO. That's it, yep. Yep.
Okay. Where were they at when we got flooded?
Downstairs in the
Downstairs
basement.
here? Yeah.
Downstairs.
Yeah.
Oh, they were in here.
Do we turn that, that'll be maybe recouped?
Yes.
Okay, great. And then lastly, 225773, USI Consulting Group
Is that the
for the
full-
retiree dental vision.
So part of my financial statements that I have to do, I have to have an actuarial evaluation done on our dental vision plan.
Okay.
To place that number into the financial statements. This is the company that's been doing it for quite some time now, so, and that's,
That's it, thank you.
yeah.
Andy, do you have any paid
Yes,
bills?
I do, actually, again, it's another comment. I talked to Mr. Bennett today concerning flood reimbursement, and I noticed there were quite a few bills for replacing things that were lost in the flood. And I asked him, I said, what's our status for that? And I was shocked at the amount of money. Steve, can you share that, do you mind sharing what we've got back? The amount, do you want me to tell it?
No. No, we're working with FEMA currently. We finished up with FEMA for the stadium flood, and as soon as we did, we had this flood that happened over Father's Day. So it'll take about 14 months to go through with FEMA to try to recoup whatever money does not come back from flood insurance. So far, we're looking at roughly 360,000 that we've received back from our flood insurance already. We actually, after I got off the phone with Mr. Garber today, I actually did receive another flood insurance check for 57,000. So, I mean, we're upwards of $400,000 that we've already recouped from Philadelphia Indemnity. We're going to have, and FEMA's going to be working with us to help make us completely whole.
Thank you. Anything else, Andy?
Just real quick, that there's several checks in there that 225-688, 225-724, that we are giving money to Lindsley for professional development and St. Vincent for professional development. I just think it's rather ironic that we're giving them money because we are, through our Title II account, for their professional development. So we are supporting private parochial schools. And the other thing that kind of sent me for a loop, because I remember when I was special ed director, I fought so hard to not have to do this, but we have to spend $105,304, check number 225774, to the Department of Ed, to pay for out-of-school placement. And this basically is through, and you guys can help me out back there, that's for placement of kids out of state.
Yes,
Now, these kids are special ed kids that were,
yes. So they come here and they make pit stop in one of our facilities here, while they're waiting for a bed at a residential facility,
yeah,
and then they get moved out of.
yeah, they're in Child Protective Services, basically. And so they're at our local places, and yet they have to go to out of state. Is George Junior Republic, can you think of where they're going?
12, but around
I'm sorry,
the United States, there's 12 that I currently have students in.
12 outside placements that we are responsible.
Alabama.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad that we have that responsibility thrown on our backs, and that's a chunk of change, too. That's not.
And not a decision we made to place them there, but a court decision.
Correct, correct. This is not something that we want to do. We try to take care of our own people, so to speak. And again, when I was special ed director, that was one thing I fought hard to do. You know, we're going to take care of this kid here.
It
you
takes
know.
our state funding.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to make a point of that.
Just point of clarification, the Lindsley and parochial or private school money, that's through Title II, that we are paying vendors. We're not sending the money to the school. We're legally not allowed to do that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I should have said that. I knew that, and I didn't say
sure,
it.
sorry.
No, no,
All right.
thank you for clarifying.
Yeah.
Moving on. Ann, you have any bills you want to chat about?
No, sir.
Mrs. Adderall?
The only one, Andy, or no, maybe Bernie brought up about the laptop and the desktop. I'm curious, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, but do teachers need to have both a laptop and a desktop? Can we go to like a docking scenario?
We've already started cutting back.
Okay.
Because they have the TVs, just depending on the way they're using them, sometimes
Okay.
it is needed. And what happened was everybody had a laptop and a desktop for the presentation station, and then we added the Chromebooks in, and it just got messy, so
Okay,
we're trying to.
trying to go down to just one.
Yeah, come up with other
Okay,
solutions.
yeah.
You almost need to have two of some sort because of the screens, and the way they're used sometimes, but
Okay.
it's just trying to figure out the best solution. So we've started to wind it back. In this latest round, a lot of teachers only have a laptop or a desktop instead
Okay.
of both, what they've had in the past.
Okay,
It was just kind of the situation when we could one-to-one and the way it went out.
okay, okay, yeah, seems like that could be a little redundant. So.
Yeah, we're looking at some different solutions of maybe just putting like a Chrome box to the TV, the box light in the room, so they have that to run. We're testing some different things to see what's most functional for the teachers in the classroom.
Okay, great, thank you.
The finance department does appreciate that team viewer because I know like payroll at times, they really needs to log into their own desktop. So
Oh, no, that's fine.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
just brought to mind,
Yeah.
like, okay,
Yeah.
I know in the business world, like, we got rid of desktops 10 years ago at least, and, in your dock and stuff like that, so.
we would grow hives if we had to get rid of our desktops. So,
Why?
yeah.
Because everything wouldn't work?
The functionality,
Okay,
yeah.
And from an economic standpoint, the desktops last longer. I mean, that you get 2 to 3 extra years out of a laptop or a desktop.
2 or 3 extra years out of a desktop over a
Versus a
laptop. Okay, thank you.
All right, I have nothing else on the paid bills. So items 7.1 through 7.5 on the consent agenda. May I have a motion to accept that agenda as presented? I have a
Second.
first, I have a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. There are no delegations. Wally, do you have any comments?
I do not.
Ann?
No. Well, I'd like to tell everybody, happy Thanksgiving.
Of
Thanksgiving.
course.
Yes.
Andy?
No, thank you.
Bernie?
None, thank you.
I have nothing. The future meetings are Monday, December 8th, 2025, regular meeting at 6 PM at the board office. Monday, December 22nd, 2025, regular meeting 6 PM at the board office. and Monday, January 12th, 2026. Regular meeting, 6 PM at the board office. There being no further business before the board, this meeting